32. Let's get it. I just turned 30 like 5 days ago.
Word, happy birthday, bro. I turned 30 in May.
Thank you.
Right. We always cover it. Alright, we're looking good?
Alright,
Yeah, we're good.
real quick.
What's the login again for this account?
I texted you.
Yeah, you did, but what's the name of it?
UrbanGrindTV@gmail.
TV?
Yeah. Now where's my phone? Yeah, everybody the same brand.
Oh,
same people, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, no, yeah. No.
I thought it was a.
So I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you some. Just give me some different shots.
Exactly. What you have a radio show? This should work.
I have my guys from
Yeah, guys, if you want any more drinks or whatever, yeah, so please. You got all the energy drinks, water. What do you want?
Well, what you
got?
get? I got
Archie got.
You got your phone there,
Water. You got sparkling and regular.
What's your phone say?
You want the green? All right.
You be alright, man. You be alright. So if I plug up, we might have to do a couple of days.
Live even now.
Hey, Urban Grind Radio. I don't know.
We can.
Everybody's quick, so I have it in my phone.
The only thing is the sound's coming off of this, so that's just gonna be what it is.
There's a mic in it? No, is it? Oh, I thought it came off the computer.
I could do it off of this, but
don't worry about it. Today's our touchdown.
that's right.
Pardon me, let me get this. Trying to get this. Just a power cord.
Tell me what you need. Oh yeah, thank you, buddy. I got it. I got you.
Now we're gonna do the huddle. Alright. We're good? We're good on that? Alright. Alright, can we bring it in? We're gonna bring it in real quick in the huddle. We pause the TV. Got everybody. Zello, come on, let's get in. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out today. Urban Grind TV, we're the longest running hip hop TV show in the Midwest for a reason. Because we didn't quit, we get it great. I'm excited to see how we're combining the different elements of sound and everything. So today was a different run we were doing with the live stream. So that's why we wanted to be patient, make sure we got it right. But we're about to jump into our internationally syndicated radio show. We have 12 stations right now from Phoenix all the way to London, England. This will be airing something like 400,000 or 500,000 weekly listeners and growing. So this will be cool. We're gonna do some music debuts from everybody. You know what I mean? Did you get Archie? Get a Rico? If you want to run anything. I have mixes from Jason and I have your guys. So
I got the music.
Okay, get with him in case he wants to run something. So we're gonna be doing music debuts. The order is gonna be Jason, R&B, and then we're closing out with Rico. We got a dope segment to do this week in hip hop history and some in betweens. It'll be short breaks, like 5 minutes in between as we swap off hosts and things, all right? And then we're gonna roll after that. We'll tear down. We'll set up for television. We'll roll through our TV interviews, right, John? Yeah. And then we'll clear the set, and then we're gonna set up for performances, all right? So thank you guys. I'm really excited. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you guys are here tonight. So let's make it magical. And remember, legends ain't born, they're made every day. So I just want to bring it in. I'm going to bring it in 3 times. When I say urban, I need grind, all right? Urban! Grind! Urban! Grind! Urban! Grind! Go! Woo!
He hit him with the Jay-Z lyrics. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you hear me.
Let's do it.
Alright, let me
What's going on, you guys? Wally, aka Mr. Music is my business. Right here on Urban Grind Radio. Let's go.
Excellent, Zello. Almost
Yo.
Alright. Jay.
Yo, what up, sport? DJ from Chicago. Producer DJ here. And I'm here, baby.
Alright, phone announcement.
Alright, everybody. If y'all don't mind, can y'all please silence y'all cell phones so we can have a smooth running show?
And see if Rico's got something he wants to play while you're second. Alright? So you can cue that up. Everything else should be cued.
Wally?
Yes, sir.
Live stream is live. It is now off of this instead of this because it's too far back.
Is it running? Are we rolling?
It's rolling. It's just live. Wake up, son. Sorry. Give me some jumper jacks.
All right. Urban Grind Radio behind the scenes. Yeah, jump in. This is you. The live stream is rolling already. So we're streaming live on the UrbanGrindTV YouTube. So you can tap in. I like the behind the scenes. I like the live because it's all the unadulterated. It's the real. Hey, salute. Sala Madre, vote. The good stuff. So where's your drink, man?
I got you. Come on, man.
Ignite the charge and fuel the grind. That's right. Follow Volt Energy USA and get yourself some Volt, man. They're available everywhere that good drinks are sold. Pete's Market, all over the place, over the Chicagoland area. Really excited. This is not.
Man, that didn't look like the right one.
I lost. You see it already.
My computer?
What's that?
No computer?
No, I don't got a computer today. It's back. Hey, I unplugged. Archie, check my audio again. Just behind the scenes, we're queuing up for Urban Grind Radio. Special guests. We got 3 amazing guests in the building today. All over the place, man. I love it. Really exciting what we're doing. And you know what's cool? I like it. What people don't get, Lux, is the behind the scenes and the kicking it, right? And the networking. Because a lot of people, what I see they do is they come out, they do their interviews, they do their performance. This is mine.
But they just kind of put it behind the curtain.
Behind here?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they leave.
Right.
And then they don't network and they don't meet anybody. You know, and I remember like going to everything and shaking every person's hand in there until I knew everybody. And then you would go up to them so much and like, I already met you. You know, they know you. And getting everybody's number because that's what it takes when you're trying to build a business and build a brand. And if you're too proud for that, then you're probably not in the right business because it's going to eat you up.
I mean, that's how you build relationships. So.
All right, what's our main? Right here, this camera?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's
Am I a little hot on my head on the live? Take a peek at it.
Looks like it's moving a little bit.
No, I mean on the brightness, John. On the.
You're right.
Good. Alright, pretty simple. Right, got it. 1, 2. Roll in. Punch. Rolling with it. Make sure you follow us at UrbanGrindTV, at UrbanGrind Radio on social media.
Alright, Wally, Detroit.
Yeah, mic check. What's going on, it's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is my business.
Okay.
So that's gonna be yours. That's the one that's tied on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can. John, you want him on his, and this is the main. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's got
here.
everybody. Boom! Look at that.
So I'm looking at which one again? I'm sorry. Which one do you want to look at? Don't matter.
Yeah, if this is the main, that's your close up. It gets your whatever side you're on.
Sounds good.
So you rather you want Lux, Deluxe,
Deluxe.
Deluxe.
She said DJ Deluxe. Deluxe Wave is like one of the
Okay.
So DJ Deluxe.
DJ Deluxe.
Or if you want to just
Hold on. Grab me a
back.
pen.
That'll work.
You cooking?
Yeah.
What's that? Everything's lining up, man. Good start. Good start. It's crazy that people have so many different handles and you're like, this is not my name. So
I just told like Deluxe Wave because like a high quality.
yeah, you bounce it down. Yeah. These guys don't know about that. They don't know about that. You can't even do distro with an MP3. I had guys send me MP3s for distribution. I'm like, you can't do it. Like, no.
And one more sound check?
Yeah.
Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
I'm talking for Jay.
Yo, it's your boy DJ Deluxe Wave. We on UrbanGrindTV.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah, you good, Zella.
Alright, cameras are ready when sound's ready.
Okay.
All right, sound. Let us know when we're rolling. Can I get a quiet on set?
All right, quiet on set.
Hold on, let me record. I'm saying I'm ready.
Phones on silent.
All cell phones silent. Clap it in.
Hold on. I said I was ready. I didn't say I was rolling.
I'm trying to get everybody to see the instructions.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, when I say one, clap it in. Don't do it yet, John.
Thank you.
I got you.
Alright, now I'm ready.
Got him in.
All right, y'all, and we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. What's going on, it's your guy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business, and welcome back to Urban Grind Radio. We are your award-winning mix of beats, bars, and real talk. Since we're now an internationally syndicated radio show, we are reaching listeners from Phoenix all the way to London, England.
Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Thought Boy Zello, aka SMG Zello, and you can catch every episode live or on demand at UrbanGrindRadio.com. For archives and exclusive content, this episode is brought to you by Volt Energy Drink. Ignite the charge and fuel the grind.
Fuel the grind. That's right. You know what it is. And we are now the longest hip-hop TV show running in the Midwest. And this is where the culture talks back, man. We're really excited because we got an amazing show today. We got 3 amazing guests coming in the building. It's gonna rock out. We got some live performances going on later, man. Really exciting. Can't wait to get into it.
Definitely. Our first guest in Chicago's open format, Maestro.
Hold on, cut it. Zello going in and out.
I know I can hear it.
Maestro. What's wrong? Audio. It's always the audio guy.
No, it's not.
That's what John says.
It's
It's just easier to blame somebody else, right?
So is the audio.
The DJ blames the board operator, the engineer blames the DJ. The artist blames everybody.
Blames
Blames the label, yep.
Don't blame me. No.
Well, check him out. Make sure he's good before we bring it back.
Yeah. All right, Zello, go ahead.
Yo. Thought Boy Zello, aka SMG Zello.
Behind the scenes audio check. We had the audio going for like a half hour. Working with the live. That's all right. Don't switch it.
Change your mic out.
It's all the jewelry, man. It's all the jewelry on him, man. That's all. It's messing with him. Go ahead. It's causing interference. It's the
You have your phone in your
It's the
pocket?
SMG diamonds. You hear that,
You have your phone in
Tim?
your pocket?
It's all the diamonds,
Yeah,
man.
You too.
Okay.
They're messing with it.
Oh,
Throwing off.
We have been having interference with the phone, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's get this one out of here too.
I'm gonna grab mine too, just in case. Mine's is on.
Sure, yeah.
All right, thank you.
It was giving us feedback. Mic check. Ready? I'll still do it. Check. Oh, we'll run it back. We'll get them off. Okay.
From the top.
From the top.
Now let me re-roll.
Alright, Zello, give me a yo. Oh, wait.
Yo, Thought Boy Zello, aka SMG Zello, the talk a lot artist. Yo.
You might want to just kind of give it a. There you go. You just kind of slouchy. Yeah.
Behind the grind. I call it the behind the grind. When you watch all this, the behind the scenes, this is the fun. You gotta get it right, so if it ain't working, just do it over again. Because all that matters is the end product, right? So I've done it 5 times to get it right.
Camera's a good one, sounds good.
And honestly, I think that's what separates good from great.
Alright, you
Throwing that
good,
little bit
Johnny?
extra.
Yep, we're rolling.
Let's get it. We gotta fix it.
Alright,
Get
y'all.
going.
When I get to 1, we're gonna clap it back in. Quiet on set. All cell phone silence. It will begin in 3, 2, 1.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business. And welcome back to Urban Grind Radio. We are your award-winning mix of beats, bars, and real talk. Now an internationally syndicated radio show with over a dozen stations. We're 7 days a week we're playing from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to London, England.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. It's Thought Boy Zello, aka SMG Zello, the talk a lot artist. You can catch us every episode live or on demand at UrbanGrindRadio.com for archives and exclusive content. This episode is brought to you by Vote Energy Drink. Ignite the charge and fuel the grind.
You know what it is. Urban Grind TV is the Midwest longest running hip hop TV show, and this is where the culture talks back. Talk to us about our first guest
For
today,
sure.
man. We got a lit guest today.
Most
In
definitely.
the house, man.
For sure, our first guest in Chicago is open format maestro Jason J, aka Deluxe Wave. With 18 years behind the decks, he's commanded over 30 of the city's hottest venues, from Sierra and Cabra to Soundbar and Electric Hotel, and headlined Pilsen's Fest and Michigan Moon Fest. Deluxe Wave, welcome to Urban Grind
DJ
Radio.
Deluxe in the building, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
DJ Deluxe, man. Thank you so much for having us. We got to tap in before because you came in.
Absolutely.
We're doing some sound checks and stuff like that, and man, I want to welcome you first for coming through and rocking with us. And I want to kind of dive right into it. What I want to know is, what was the first record or nightclub in Chicago that made you fall in love with DJing? What was it?
Of course. Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. Thank you for everybody that's here. But to answer your question, that's a good question. I always look back at my history. I was always back and forth in what I wanted to sound like as far as a DJ, but for sure, it's house music, right? I think my pops, he brought a CD home. You know, back in the day, you would burn CDs.
Right.
So he had a bunch of house classics from like Cashmere. You know, you had Percolator. You had Paul Johnson. You know, all the Chicago house legends. So it was definitely house music, and that's what definitely fueled my career as a DJ. And of course, my pops, he's the one that taught me. And
Shout out Pops. Was he a
shout out
DJ?
Pops.
What was he, a DJ?
So yes, he used to go by DJ Rob J, right? And then he was like, you know what, Jason? This is all yours. The whole setup is yours. Do what you want with it. And that's what I did, man.
He blessed you with the gear.
Absolutely, man.
And we're talking real gear. This was like vinyl, right? This is the heavy
you
stuff.
know what? Actually, I didn't get into a vinyl until I was 18.
I forget, you're a young guy.
Yeah, I'm 30 now, but
Okay.
I didn't get into actual vinyl until I hit 18.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had
CDJs?
I had CDJs. You know, I had like the old school setup where it was just a big old box, and then the CD, load the CD in the front, and it was very old school, very antique, if I could say.
What brand was it?
It was a Newmark. It was Newmark.
Okay.
Yeah, so it had all the elements separated. It had the mixer on top, the CD loader on the bottom and front. It was just very antique, but I like to tell people I learned the hard way. Not like vinyl, but you know, between like digital and then vinyl. So whatever that era was, that's how I learned how to DJ.
Really
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's way before my time. So how did Chicago scene shape your open format approach? And like what venue night challenged you the most?
Man, you know what? It's crazy you say that because I always tell people that are from out of town, like, man, Chicago produces some of the hardest DJs, bar none. Because I've been to Vegas, I've been to California, and you know some of those cats come to Chicago, and you know I'm not trying to throw nobody on the bus, but like us Chicago DJs, man, we really put it down, bro. Like we set the standards because I've learned from some of the greats, man. And like my mentor, DJ Technique, that was my mentor. He really put me to the test. He definitely had me on vinyl for a couple of DJ gigs when I was young, bro. So I was DJing in these 21 and over bars when I was like 17, and I would get to high school the next day late as hell, like the second period type stuff, right? So I knew from then like that was what I wanted to do. I love music. I love music. I love messing with sounds. I love audio. I was just like I love taking stuff apart and putting it together, especially when it has to do with audio production. So I don't know. It's the nerd in me, bro.
I want to speak on that. When somebody says, because I think it's something that jumps over people's heads today. When the guy says, like, I was DJing vinyl, what that means is, and stop me if I'm wrong, that means you're carrying crates of records with you. Yeah. Because it's not in your computer, it's not in your playlist, it's not a pack of CDs. It's like if you want that record, you gotta like grab that record and find it and like cue it up. So you're really like you're cutting your teeth. Am I lying?
Oh,
your real thing. So like that's a lot harder. You know, like the other way is like microwave. You can get it real quick. You can throw it in and heat it up. Where when you're doing vinyl, am I lying?
No, you're absolutely right, man.
But the other way is like you gotta cook it and you're gonna enjoy the meal.
Absolutely.
And when I talk to people about the music industry, I said, look, I'm not drive-through. If you want a drive-through service, you probably got to tap in with somebody else. Yeah. But if you want the real thing and you want the dine-in, like that's where like the Urban Grind TV comes in. So that's amazing because you were kind of stuck in between the generations, right? Yeah. And you still paid homage.
Absolutely.
And understand what it is to carry crates and have to really like know how to DJ.
Exactly.
Let's just keep it real, like know how to DJ. I watched the videos of like big DJs and all kind of DJs, and they'll show like a video behind like the booth, and it won't even be on. They'll just be playing a mix of somebody, and they'll just be pretending because they're about a brand. No, and they're getting big money to do it because it's a name and it's more about a celebrity than it is the actual skills. And then with the DJs I've noticed in Chicago, the guys that are really working, doesn't necessarily mean just like hip hop or any brand of music, doesn't necessarily equate to the skill level or how great they are. It's just some people are working because they cracked it. And that's what I want to talk to you about. How do you adapt your set when you're moving from, let's say, like a dark club, you know, somewhere where people are vibing out, to like a festival? It's main stage, it's daytime, and you got to turn the people up, get them on their feet. How do you move your set around for something like that?
Well, first and foremost, to me, is just research, right? If you know you're going to get booked at a certain event at a certain time, do your research. And in this case, of a festival, you know what's outside. You know it's not just one type of people, person, or demographic. You know it's a bunch of people. So, absolutely do your research. Preparation is key. It doesn't matter how long your set is, whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, you have to prepare. Because that's the hardest.
5 minutes.
Exactly. That's the hardest part. I feel like even the shorter the set, the harder it is because you have to go hard for those 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes
to make an impression.
Exactly. Because if you're doing a whole hour set, you got time to like relax here, and in the next 15 minutes, all right, I'm gonna go hard, right? But if it's 5, 10 minutes, like you have to. Exactly.
Make them remember you, right?
Exactly. You gotta let these people know what you're about. No doubt.
That's wild. So what's one of the fly tricks that you use like on the go that you still use today for live audience to like learn the room?
To get them amped up, right? There's always like that one you play that everybody goes crazy and they go to the floor. What's one of those things you
It's funny you ask that because like a lot of DJs I know, there are microphone oriented, right? You know, put your hands up, or you know, who's got a birthday, this and that. Where all my ladies at? That's always a go-to trick, but not for me. I rarely get on the mic, and I've been blessed to where the point where I've got my skills hyping people up. So absolutely, when I'm DJing and I'm cutting up, that's when people start to notice, like, oh, he's actually DJing. He's doing something on the spot, right? So I'll do what's called, I believe it's called yellow paging or back paging, is when I'm going back to back on the record. I'm making a loop on the spot. So I'm rewinding the record on one side, play it. Rewind the record on the other side and play it. And when people hear that, they're like, okay, he's doing something live. He's not just pressing play like a lot of these. I don't want to say newbies, but I feel like that's the modern thing now, right? A lot of DJs now just press play and let their matter go. Exactly, yeah. I like to be interactive with my set. I don't want to just press play and have headphones on, because I feel like anybody can do that, right? I like to stick to the origins of what DJing was, you know, even as early 2000s, late 2000s, like it's being connected to the crowd and being connected to the equipment, not just standing there dancing, right? You know, with your phone, you know, getting content, which is good too, right? That's content. Everything is content driven nowadays, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but
that's good for the DJ. If I hire a DJ and I want to turn up and I want to get the party going, I don't want to do it on his live or on FaceTime with somebody and he's not turning up my party and making us feel, because like any kind of situation in life, like people won't remember like what records you played. They won't remember what questions you asked them. Mm-hmm. What they'll remember is how you made them feel.
Exactly.
And that's what music is, everything is connected to. Man, I want to get into it. We got a lot more questions coming up. We're going to go ahead and take a short break. We got more with DJ Deluxe when we come back right here on Urban Grind Radio. Don't go nowhere. Let's go.
Amen. That was good. Yeah, hallelujah. When you get a hallelujah, y'all kill me. When you see John,
that was the first thing I ever heard was a vinyl. My uncle, my uncle by marriage, his brother DJ'd. Like just messed around, and he brought me in and he let me like play with the crates. It's the 80s, you know, 90s. Whole rooms of crates. And I asked him what happened to all that stuff. He's like, oh, I moved, somebody threw them out. It always like the legendary stuff. And so that was the first thing that was touched, was like there was the microphone and some turntables, like maybe 10, 11 years old. It was cool. I didn't want to do it myself because I was like, dude, but I just enjoyed it. When I was moving from the studio, I can say this now because we're gone. We had a trap door underneath the booth, right there when you walked out, kind of where like the banner was. Right, wasn't that the banner? The booth, the other one. So there was a trap door in the floor. You would put the carpet up because this building was made in the 1880s and it was during Prohibition, so they would hide. They would hide alcohol and people in there. So when I opened it up, my dad goes, "There's some parts for the Corvette in there." So I went down there looking for car parts 2-3 times, and it's like 50 years of dirt. The place is 100 years old. I go down there and I found crates of records. Like crates and crates. Huh? He took some, I took some, we took a lot. Huh? They won't work? I don't know. Like, no.
You can find value on this.
I was like, it was a cool thing. I would just grab them and I didn't want them to go in the garbage. That was my thing. I was like, I ain't letting them go in the garbage, man. Behind the scenes, DJ Deluxe, are we ready to bring it back? Hey, good? All right, let's bring it back.
All right, y'all. We back at it. All cell phone silence. Clap it in as we come back in. And we'll begin in 3, 2, 1. All
right. What's going on? It's your guy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business, and you are tuned in to Urban Grind Radio, the internationally syndicated radio show. We are here with our amazing guest today, DJ Deluxe, right out the Windy City, Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Got my co-host in the building.
Y'all already know what it is. Starboy Zello, aka SMG Zello, the Talk a Lot artist.
Man, Deluxe, we were tapping in, we were talking about some behind the scenes and some of the things you do. When you sit in the studio, is there a creative ritual? I want to know, do you do like the beat first? Are you playing with the melody? Or do you kind of go in and say, look, I got a concept that I want to try first?
Man, I love that you asked that question because that's something I battle with a lot within myself. I'm very genre based, right? So if I'm making like a hip hop trap beat, it's always the melodics first, right? But if I'm doing house music or anything off tempo, the drums, baby.
Had the beat.
I mean, like when it comes to electronic music, if the drums are not there, then the song is not there.
Right.
Right. But the same thing with like hip hop trap music. If the drums are not hitting, then it's not gonna.
It's not trap.
Exactly. But yeah, absolutely, it's 50-50, right? If it's hip hop, melodics first. If it's house or EDM, drums first.
So what's the must-haves? You're in the studio. You're going in tonight. You're about to cut a record. You want to make something happen. What's your must-have?
First and foremost, self-confidence.
Okay.
I say that because as someone who wasn't confident when I was younger, that made a difference 100%. Because if I tell myself, like, man, what if I don't make a good record? Nah, forget all that, man. I have to make a good record. Because if I don't, then if I don't like it, maybe he or she won't like it, right?
Right.
But for sure, self-confidence, water, vibes. So the lighting, I'm sure you've been to a lot of studios. The lighting is always... I own a studio for 20 plus years. So, you know, the lighting is also key, man. The vibes have to be great. I love to produce off actual studio, like monitors, not just like house speakers or radio, or, you know, like the little speakers for the radio.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I feel weird, right? Because I like to hear all the frequencies as they should be. Like I said, I'm a nerd, bro. I'm a nerd at heart, so I'm very specific on how my setup is. But a MacBook, of course. I don't know if you ever heard King Lou's, I forgot what song it was, but he said computer pimping. I'm a Mac child.
Okay.
I love Apple products, so I have to have a MacBook.
And
that's very
in
specific,
the building.
So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I'm a simple guy.
MacBook, water,
exactly, bro.
And some Volt energy drink. He's gonna have some Volt energy drink in there. Because when you want to ignite the charge, you're gonna feel the grind.
Ableton as well. I'm sorry. How can I forget?
Shout out Ableton. So talk to us what you're using in the studio with Ableton.
So, when I started producing, I forgot what year it was, but it was when FL Studio 7 was out. Okay. So I started on Studio 7. I stole my sister's computer from school, and I downloaded the demo version on that computer. Right. And then shout out to SAE and Rico. I got on Ableton in maybe 2016, 2017. Nice. That's been my go-to. So Ableton is my go-to.
The tools. You need the right tools for the trade. If you want to do the job, you need the right tools. That's why I'm glad you talked about that.
Absolutely.
Tell us about one of your most favorite tracks or remixes that you produced over the time.
Man, you know, when I was a lot younger, I was definitely influenced. Whatever was going on the west side, south side of Chicago, in the 90s, early 2000s, that was my biggest influences. I'm a very, very big fan of ghetto house music, juke music, because my siblings brought me up on that. So I was raised in the transition from tapes to CDs and then digital MP3s, right? Right. So I remember it was this mall, Lincolnwood Mall, right? I would go there and they had the kiosk where they would still sell the mixtapes and CDs. Yeah. So every mall had that kiosk. So I would beg my mom. Yes, I would beg my mom, like, please, mom, I want this CD. You know, she didn't know it was explicit. She didn't know it said all these things, but I just know it had the music I wanted to listen to, right? So fast forward to now, it's a couple of songs that are unreleased. My biggest, like I said, my biggest influences is juke music and ghetto house. So I remixed those songs but made them modern, right? So my touch is a little bit of old school but modernized.
So tell us one track that is your favorite. Give me the favorite though.
Man, that's hard, bro.
Pick one. Nail down two. Give me two.
Okay, so
make it a threesome. So there you got two of them.
Cool.
Right?
Make it a threesome. My favorite. I'm playing. So I'm actually gonna play them a little bit later, but it's one song called "It's Time," where it samples this juke song called "It's Time for the Juke Later." Okay. Another one, it's
Playoff Percolator for those that don't know, right?
Right. And there's one self-produced song. Yeah, it's a banger, bro.
You got it for that.
Exactly. It's another one called Booty Fat. which I did the lyrics.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
already.
man. You know what? I had to get out of my comfort zone, so I had to get myself on the lyrics on the mic. So that's one of my songs. And then another one called it samples DJ Gantman, where he says, "I juke that girl from the back," but I made it into like a modern tech house song. So that's kind of where I'm like as far as remixing songs.
So I think I was going to ask you, but you kind of touched on it. Is the one piece of gear or software that you can't live without and something that's helped you transform your workflow, being an artist?
Whew. There's two of them actually.
All right, give me two is even better.
Right, the one I mentioned earlier was
like I believe two earlier.
Right.
I point earlier.
No, yeah, for sure, Ableton Live. That definitely helped my growth as a producer and a mix engineer. Because once you make your own music, if you don't have the funds or the relationships to know mix mastering engineers, you're doing it yourself.
Right.
You're forced to do it yourself, right? And you're doing it until you know it sounds good. You're doing it until you know you can compare it to a commercial song and be like, you know what, man, my stuff sounds pretty good.
When you can't tell the difference.
Exactly.
That's what I always said, like, right? You should be able to, like, not tell the difference.
And that kind of goes in with my name now, Deluxe Wave, because I feel like I am the deluxe version of what I was 5-10 years ago, right? So I think that's the only way, is progressing, moving up. So yeah. Ableton, as far as producing, mixing, and mastering, recording, DJing wise is Serato. I'm an open format DJ, so I love Serato. I don't know if you're familiar with the whole DJ world and community. There's always like people getting bashed because they're using a laptop to DJ,
right?
And not USB sticks or whatever. But I'm blessed to know how to be fluent on both, right?
Right.
I don't need a laptop, but I prefer it just because it's easier to search. Yeah, exactly. I like using a laptop, and you could isolate the stems, right? So you could isolate the bass, the melody, the vocals, the drums on the laptop. Exactly.
Well, look, there's going to be purists in every industry, right?
Yeah.
So, like, let them do what they do.
Exactly.
Like, upcoming EPs or collabs that you would, like, hype to share. Just give us some.
Well, I got a lot of singles coming out, self-release singles. I believe that's the best way to put music out first.
I gotta see those.
Yeah. Yeah, man. As far as collabs, I don't have any collabs right now, but this is an open invitation to anybody, whether you're a rapper, a singer,
right here, you got
producer,
one sitting next to you, right? We're gonna put
exactly. So you know what's up, right?
No, what are you looking for in collab? Like, what do you feel
everything
accents your style?
Everything and anything. So the whole thing with my name, Deluxe Wave, is to make the switch to house music or anything that has that 4x4, that up-tempo club stuff, right? Because before I became Deluxe Wave, I was Jason, but I spelled it as JYZN. I was heavy into trap music, making trap beats. I still make my loops and my melodies, but I'm open to collabs as far as verses, hooks for a house song, because that's what I want to do moving forward. I want to be known as Deluxe, the house music producer and DJ from Chicago.
Amazing. Is there any residencies that you got coming up?
Oh, I have a couple right now. I'm heavy in the West Loop, in the Fulton Market. I actually have 2 residencies.
Shout them out. Where you
I got 2 residencies right now at the Hoxton Hotel. I got Sierra and Cabra. So if anybody wants to come kick it with me, man, Cabra is a beautiful spot.
What night you there?
I'm usually there Saturday. Yeah, man, come by, man. It's a rooftop with a pool. So, if you got friends that like to, get a dip in the water, listen to some laid back music, that's where I'm at. Shout out to the Clayton, to Private Cigar Club. I just started there, so thank you to them. Thank you to the Soul Authority for being a great booking manager. So shout out to them. But yeah, man, I'm everywhere. River North, Pilsen, Fulton Market, Avondale.
Right. If you're working, then you're doing good in this industry.
I think so.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, what's one artistic or career goal that you're setting for yourself this year? We're just started third quarter. Mm-hmm. We're about halfway through. We can even say maybe the next 12 months. What's one of your goals?
You know what? I always ask myself this question too, man. But for sure, I want to get DJ bookings solely off the recognition of my music. Not because, Jason or Deluxe Wave is a good open format DJ, but because he made a really good house song. So I want to put Deluxe Wave at this house event or house venue just because of his music.
For sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's one of my main goals.
Nice. Well, that's something I think you're in the process of doing that, and anything we can help you with here at Urban Grind TV, we're definitely rocking with you.
Man, what can the listeners find you online? What can they tap in with you at, man? You gotta let them know.
Oh, yeah,
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Because we gotta get the collab, right?
I appreciate it. We're gonna make things happen regardless, right? So I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple Music as DLUX.WAV, so deluxe.wave. Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. I'm everywhere.
Yeah, y'all already hear that. All platforms.
Check them out.
Get them.
Absolutely.
Deluxe.wave, bro. Y'all gotta tap in with them, bro. Because I definitely am.
That's right, man. DJ Deluxe in the building. Thank you so much,
Yes,
man,
sir.
for coming and rocking with us.
Thank
Really
you,
excited to see he's gonna rock out with us later.
Yeah.
He's got a live performance going on the Urban Grind TV stage. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we have our next guest in the building, all the way from Detroit, Michigan. R&D will be in the house. This is Urban Grind Radio. Let's go.
Likewise.
All right.
Let's swap some mics.
All right, so host.
Like, that come off.
Oh yeah, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Comedians that come off smooth with it. They
Still live, still live.
But yeah, you smooth with it.
Appreciate it, bro. I don't even, you know what, I'm very introverted too, so.
Me too. Nobody believes me when I say that.
I don't fuck with you, dog. Yeah, man.
I am. You know what it is? I'm extroverted for work.
Here you go.
This is what I do for my thing, so like I love to do it. All right, R&D is me and Sinister, so you will swap out. Sinister, we got to get Sinister mic'd up.
Absolutely, bro.
And let's get him tied in. And our next guest, well, actually, no, it's just going to be me because there's two guests.
All right, so Wally, you staying.
I'm staying. R&D, you guys are up. Can we get that mic'd up?
Makes sense.
It's just me because there's two of them.
It's our name.
I'm holding it down. Boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is my business. From Chicago to Windy City. Detroit coming up next. R&D, really dope Christian hip hop artists. Excited about it, man. We rocking. Remember, we're on live right here. So move it that way if they gotta go. Their combo. Just take it that way. That way. UrbanGrindRadio.com if you want to get your music played. 888-380-1913. Hit the lineup and get your grind up. In this.
No, they're a duo.
They're a duo, so they're together.
What, he gonna keep it?
No, it's just me. Me and the duo.
Yeah. That way we.
Wait, so sex ain't got nothing but like.
No.
Archie, Mike the two guests. That's all you can do. Mike the two guests. I got the rest.
Mike and two guests are
But you guys are up for Rico.
Don't worry about
Alright.
that.
Good, bro. Good. You spinning out there, bro.
Alright. And that's a really good one. I'm excited about that one. Sinister Music Group. Got a new album out right now, E&L. That means everything, nothing less. Go and stream that project.
Hey, you got to check it out. It is a real bang. The boy Thought Boy Zello's first mixtape, produced by Sinister, and he got together on me and him. We got together, man. Man, it's just a banger, man. No skip joint.
No skips. We got a dope video trilogy coming out. Y'all gotta tap in, man. Tap in with us. I want to respond if you guys got some music that you wanna hear with us, man. Just check us out, UrbanGrindTV.com.
Zello DeMario.
We live, we rolling through behind the scenes. Got me a vote. All right, can we get everybody in? Let's get you guys in.
Remember, the logo is, if you got a vote, drink a volt.
No, if you need a jolt, drink a vote.
Yeah, there you go.
If you need a
Don't mess it up. We're on live. We don't do that, George. It's ignite the charger, feel the grind. George, you're listening. Shout out to all the models that tapped in with us for the Urban Grind TV casting. We're gonna be shooting a commercial for Volt Energy drink this weekend, man. Thank you guys. I think we're gonna have DJ Deluxe. He said he's coming out, so we might hold him to it. Get him out there poolside. And yeah, we might do that, man.
Somebody is yours.
All right, guys. So we got a really dope segment coming up. I'm gonna let you guys sit with me through this week in hip hop history. So I do a segment. It's 2 minutes long.
We'll record after that, so just make sure you separate it.
What's that?
We'll record it after that, so make sure you separate it.
I want you to record the piece though. The shorts. This week in hip hop. Yeah, just run it.
It's 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's July. It's just 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna do a piece on this week in hip hop history, and then I'm gonna roll us right into the radio. Archie, can I see you for a second?
No, separate it though.
All right, I'll stop. I'll break it.
Yeah,
and then bring it back in. Okay.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be the main camera. This is your close up. I got both of you guys. So
I'm doing this. There is no this. Okay.
Shout out to the West
Side. I'm gonna do this break. I'm gonna introduce the record for a quick 3-minute break, and then you come back in here and it's all me. Okay?
Okay, cool.
So there's just none of this. I'm gonna do this break. After I come back from the break, before I go to the break, I'm gonna announce their record gassed up.
Okay.
All right, so have that queued and let that roll in. Okay, when gassed up's done, we're gonna bring us back in and we're gonna start the interview.
Okay.
Okay? Gentlemen, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All the way. Made the ride, man. Made the ride. How easy was it, man? I want to. We got people screaming. How easy was it to tap in with UrbanGrindTV when we connected, man?
Yeah. Y'all sent us a DM, and then from there,
camera's ready.
It was real clear.
I'm not.
And you know, you did a good job of explaining what the benefits of the different things we could do was, and yeah, a decision that worked for our brand and worked for your brand. Real easy.
Hit the line up and get your grind up. That's what I say, man.
Hey,
there we go. That's boss right there. That is, man. That's the thing. You know, because I don't, you don't gotta overcomplicate the process, man.
Right.
There's people.
All right, mic check.
We're a media company. One team.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. This is Renegade coming to y'all live from Chicagoland, bro.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, man. We blessed. You know what I'm saying? God woke us up this morning, filled our lungs with breath and energy, man. We here.
Renegade, and what do you want to do?
DeMar D-E-M-A-U-R-I.
Alright, and so I'm going to ask you guys questions. You're both welcome to answer and take turns answer. Just don't step on each other so we can hear you, okay?
Alright, for sure.
So first I'm going to open up. I'm going to do this week in hip hop history.
We alternate who come in first.
So you're just going to hang with us for this week in hip hop history. And then I don't know if you want to, however you want to do the main on me, John, or whatever, since it's just me. And then when we're
touch
going
to the corner. Yeah, just right there.
Good? Okay.
Yeah.
This week hip hop history. I'm going to roll us into the break with their music. Archie's going to cue the music. When we come out of the music, I'll bring us in. Interview, okay?
Alright.
Thank you, guys.
This is what. So.
Alright, roll it.
He's ready. Archie, can I get quiet on set?
Y'all play something sensitive real quick.
What else you guys got going on this one?
I'm performing on July 19th. He gonna be out of town, so I'm performing with one of our rappers that we rap with in Detroit named Boys.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we going on a summer camp for a week at the church. My youth group, because I'm a youth pastor.
Right.
Job, so
nice. That's you. That's what you do.
That's what I do.
Nice. Yeah. And then the kids get to see that you do music, it's positive.
They love it, man. We give them private concerts all the time. You know,
nice.
We just was doing one a couple weeks ago for his job too, where he worked at. Cause he worked at a group called Camp Restore Detroit.
Nice.
It's all about.
You guys really live it. You don't just talk about it.
Man,
you live what you talking about out here.
All right, y'all ready?
No.
All right,
we live in the hood and we love on the hood. You know?
Well, listen, that's where you got to go where people need it.
Yes.
Like you don't put water on something that's not on fire.
You know, Jesus said it's not the healthy that need the doctor, it's the sick. You know what I mean? So
Right.
You go where the disease is, you go where the sickness is, man. You go where the struggle is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing I've seen a lot of people do is they get stuck sometimes with their group or where they're comfortable or church or whatever, and they don't get outside enough to reach the people that need it. And they kind of pick on each other like, oh, you could be better, you could be better, and it's like, no, it's not about us. It's about what's going on out there.
All right, quiet on set. All cell phones silence. Clap it in as we come in. It will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. It's your guy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business. And this week in hip hop history. In July 10th, 1986, James Prince launched Rap-A-Lot Records in Houston, planting the seeds for a southern hip hop rise. On July 11th, 1998, fabulous Lauryn Hill dropped her debut single, Doo-Wop. That thing, it debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. In July 12th, 2005, Kanye West released Touch the Sky, the breakout single from Late Registration, featuring Chicago's own Lupe Fiasco. So from Houston's underground to global chart toppers, these July moments remind us how hip-hop keeps evolving and will never go away. Thank you.
Nice.
All right. I'm gonna roll this. I'm gonna roll this in. Hold on. All right, guys. It's my first. It's my first interview, so take it easy on me, okay?
Roll in when you're ready.
Gotta do it, man. You gotta have fun.
Yeah, bro. No doubt.
Are we rolling?
Cameras are good.
All right, bring me in, Arch.
All right, quiet on set. Cell phone silence. It will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Urban Grind Radio, your coast-to-coast source for beats, bars, and real talk. Now it's time for Detroit's own R&D duo. Formed in the Bay Area and raised on the Detroit streets, R&D fuses sharp lyricism with hyphy energy, all in a mission to glorify God and uplift our communities. R&D, welcome to the show.
Man, appreciate you.
Welcome to the show, guys. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for R&D, man.
Honored to be here. Thank you.
Man, so thank you guys came in from Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Tapped in with us. You guys were one of the amazing artists that we found. We were scouting, looking for new talent, new people out there, and we're just really happy that you guys came across our radar. And I remember just reaching out, and we did. I think we tapped in within a few hours. I hit you guys online. So like it's real. People are out there. They're looking for what you got, which is music. So let's get right into it. How did two artists from the Bay Area and Detroit come together as R&D? How does this start?
Oh man,
this is like
that's the story.
Give me the flavor, man. We gotta open up.
We gotta go back summer 2018. I had been hanging out with some friends of mine, and one of them knew Damari or knew some of his coworkers, I think it was. So what me and my friend, I ain't gonna say his name, used to do, we used to sneak onto this beach in San Francisco after hours. We would roll a couple of blunts, you know, start a bonfire after the police had left, and you know, just kick it. And we would freestyle and we would smoke. And Damari pulled up. He was a little uncomfortable. I don't think that was his crowd too much. And you know, man, we started talking about music. He heard me freestyling, and he had been wanting to be a rapper, but he hadn't like let nobody hear his raps before, you know. And so we started talking about Kendrick Lamar and what he did with Good Kid, Mad City, and he had this take that To Pimp a Butterfly was the best album from Kendrick, and I had this take that Good Kid, Mad City was the best album from Kendrick. We just argued all night, and we became best friends, man. He became like my brother.
And you guys bonded over Kendrick
Lamar.
Yeah. Not necessarily, but maybe your love of hip hop and music.
Yeah. Maybe a month later we were in the studio together. His dad had a studio in the garage, so Pops is a rapper.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. And he's done some incredible things too, which is why, as soon as we talked to him about wanting to get into the studio and wanting to expand our own careers, he was super juiced. He told us about all the times that he would perform with his best friend. He told us recently that he had performed for Common, which
opened up for Common.
Yeah.
Concert that Common did. Speaking of Chicago.
Yes.
Right. Chicago Connect.
Yeah.
Chicago Connect.
Yeah, so it's been just a journey ever since.
But what made you guys get together? You guys both love music. Obviously, you can feature on each other's records. But what made you say, you know what? We should be a duo, and we're gonna do this together. What was it?
So at first, we just wanted to make good music, and we knew that one, we both wanted to be rappers. Two, we thought that we were the best rappers ever at the time, which we
supposed to.
I did not think that.
Supposed to own it.
I did not. No,
nah, you gotta be like.
I knew we wasn't that good yet.
Well, I did.
You gotta be the best you.
Yes.
Right.
That's what it
yeah.
comes down to. You be the best you, then you're gonna there's levels to it. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
I just think we didn't realize the talent that we had at the time. We hadn't developed it.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
And as we continued to make music, we both started to develop a faith in the Lord Jesus. And so around that time that we started to release more music or wanted to release more music, we both were like, hey, we actually should do this for God. And it had come up in different conversations before, but then at that time, in October 2018, it really started to become more serious, where it's like, we're not just making music for fun anymore, we have a purpose behind it. And so we knew that out of our friend group, we were the only two that really had that faith. And so we wanted to incorporate that into our everyday lives. And we were like, we're the only ones that we know, at least, that want to do that. And so that actually strengthened our bond even further than before. And we were able to just talk to each other and bounce ideas off of each other about faith, about life, about things that we were struggling with, and the ways that we wanted to bring all of that into our music.
That's pretty cool. I've heard a lot of stories. I can't say in my 20 years that I've heard a story where people bonded over their faith and their religion and stuff like that. That's got to be definitely a different connection, because the entertainment industry is hard. It's difficult. Your faith
is hard too.
Yeah, your faith is going to be tested. Your loyalty is going to be tested. You're going to go through so much stuff. So I'm glad you guys. What that gives you is that gives you a good solid base and a base to work off of. And it doesn't matter like what your personal opinion is or what you believe, as long as you guys believe in something that you guys agree on and that works for you. And that kind of gives you, that's your foundation.
Yeah, it is definitely our foundation.
So
no question.
Your style has a lot of range in it. How do you choose what vibe is going to fit the track? Because you got West Coast, you got Mid Coast, Detroit, Bay Area. You can go anywhere. What is, how do you pick it?
I think it really depends on what it is that we want to say. One of the big things that we want to incorporate whenever we get into the studio is first, pray about what it is that we're trying to do. And after that, we ask each other, like, what is it that we want to say on this record? And what's the best way to do that? What lyrics work best with certain beats and things like that? If we have an idea for a song, we share the beat, and if we really messing with it, then we'll figure out what the topic is going to be for that song.
Nice. So as a Christian-based group, you guys love music. Hip-hop's its own thing, right? Mm-hmm. How do you balance what you feel that it's going to be an impactful message with a sound that people are going to resonate with on a big scale?
Mm-hmm. I think that for everything that we do, Colossians 3:23 says that in everything that you do, work hard as for the Lord and not for men, right? So I think that you always got to come with your best.
Run that back again. I want to hear that again.
Colossians 3:23 says, work hard for the Lord. Do everything to the best of your ability as though it's for the Lord and not for men, right? Okay. So, for us, everything that we do, we're working for Him, but we know that nobody's going to feel it and nobody's going to listen to it if it's not the top quality that we can make it, right? So for everything that we listen to, man, from the beats to the flows to the lyrics, everything's got to be good first. And then we've got a message in mind, and it usually kind of works itself out where when I hear a beat and I feel inspired to talk about a certain topic, I believe it's God that just kind of push the lyrics in our head, man, it goes. It's not a difficult process for us. It never really has been.
Right. And that's, you know what's amazing about that, and no matter what your message is, there's people that like talk about it, and then there's people that like really live it, right? So you guys choose to not only make the music about it, but to walk in it. And I think that's the difficult part, because music, people will hear your music and they'll make a judgment what they like or don't like. But where they get judgy is when they start looking at the person and how they move.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think I was talking to Randy earlier on the call. He's our business manager with UrbanGrindTV, and I don't remember if I got the quote right or not, but we were talking about this, and we said perception will get you laid, mean like laid out, like set up, but business will get you paid. And you guys are not only walking the perception of what you mean it to be, but actually releasing the music. So that's a balance. So I'm gonna use one a biblical word, right? Walk us through the genesis of one of your standout singles. Talk to me about it, about something that you guys did together that had some good vibes.
Yeah.
Ooh. You know, I think that one of the songs that I actually really enjoy, and Renegade can talk more about it, it's What's Next. And What's Next is something that personally Renegade did, like himself. It's one of the solo songs he has on our latest projects, Act 3. Act 3. Heart. Thank you. Wow, I can't believe I blanked on that. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, What's Next is just one of those projects where I was going through a season. I just write my real life, you know? So I'm going through a season where I don't know where I'm about to live next, you know? I was, my lease is ending on one place, and at one point I wasn't sure where I was gonna go. I stayed on somebody's couch for a few months, and I'm looking for and trying to save up money for an apartment and you know, looking for an opportunity to find somewhere. And I'm just really feeling like I don't know where I'm supposed to work next. I don't know where I'm supposed to live next. And I believe everything is ordered. Everything is orchestrated by God. So I'm praying to him like, where do you want me to be? What can I do? How can I help the community? What can I become? And through all of that, he opened up a door for an opportunity to become a youth minister. And he opened up a door for us with music. And then he opened up a place for us to stay together. It was the perfect, you know, situation for everything. And so I wrote this song called What's Next, which is for people going through seasons of uncertainty in life and how you can talk to God about that and work through it.
And you know, the reason you can really speak it with real passion is because you lived it.
Yeah.
You can actually say, no, I know what it feels like to be uncertain, and like really own it. Like some people like, you know, you try to like make a song about it. No, this is actually part of the struggle and what you learn. Can you tell us about a moment when your music directly impacted somebody's life?
I think that one of the songs that we released on a different project, Act 2 mine, it's another one of my favorites called Breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
And,
no, we got the record. We're playing that one right here on UrbanGrindTV.
Oh, bet.
Yeah.
I love that song because it's not just for me. When I made it, I didn't just have me in mind. It is for all the people that listen who feel like they have obstacles that they can't get over. And it's like, if you can't get over that wall, break through it. Like, don't let anyone change you just because they don't understand the purpose that you have in your life, you know? And so, in terms of resonating with others, I was able to perform that for some of the kids that came through in like a youth group at my job that I work at. And as I was performing it, the resonance that they had with it, they were able to learn real quickly, break through, because that's a super quick course to go through. And also, these are all teenagers who, you know, maybe struggle with uncertainty in different ways and who feel that their insecurities make them inadequate. So it's like giving them an anthem where they don't have to worry about what others say about them. They can just walk in the confidence that they're supposed to be here and that God has given them a purpose. I think that to me is
break through it, right?
Yes.
Break through whatever they're going through. What projects, albums, tours, what do you guys got coming up next that you're really excited about?
So we've been releasing our first album in increments because, you know, our mentors in music have kind of taught us that in this digital streaming age, you know, people are into singles, they're into EPs. We still believe in making albums, and we still believe in sitting down and listening to a project that's an hour and a half long.
Right.
So our first project, it's about hour 15. I think it's got 20 songs on it, but we released it in 5-song increments, EPs.
Right.
And so we've released 3 so
Small
far.
bites. Small bites.
Small bites.
Mm-hmm.
We've released 3 so far. The 4th one's coming out in a few weeks. And then next month, we're going to release the full project all together in its entirety.
What legacy do you hope that R&B leaves with the hip-hop scene?
If nothing else, that God is working in our city, God is working in our community to love one another.
And I hope that we challenge the status quo. You know, I hope that we can get some artists to realize that you don't just have to make music about all the same old things, about going to the club and, you know, shooting up and doing this and doing that, but there's more to life than just those things.
Experience something, man. Get out there. Listen, where can fans follow you, tap in with your music, hear your projects, or, you know, get to know more about R&B? How can they get in tune?
Yeah, so we're on everything. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Music, we're on YouTube. We have everything under R&D. Then on YouTube, we're R&D 313 Music.
Same as Instagram.
Same as the Instagram. I think the Snapchat too, right?
Yeah, and then the TikTok's R&D 6635.
For everybody wondering at home, R&D is for Renegade and DeMar, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Unless we make up something else cool by the time we air it, then we'll put it at the bottom, but that's what it is, right?
Yes, indeed.
Am I lying, man? Thank you guys so much for coming by the show. You guys can listen to that new breakthrough record right here on Urban Grind Radio. It's going to be playing all over the place, across the country, all the way in London. Don't go nowhere. We have another incredible artist coming up next. We have the Grammy-nominated, multi-platinum producer, Rico Lumpkins, a.k.a. Roger Banks. This is Urban Grind Radio. Let's go. As you guys know and sister, Rico Radio.
Okay.
Good job. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So all 3 guests see me, please. We already had a curve.
You want to cut that for a minute, or you want to let that go already?
No, I'll leave it there.
Hallelujah.
Rico.
We're up here.
Oh God, you're not going to get in the way.
No, I didn't even think behind this computer you will probably see, as long as it's not like right in the right here, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you do it on the side a little.
Radio's good then. Alright, we're cooking good. So we got one more. Radio. How was it, guys? How was it?
Hallelujah.
Good interview?
Yes, I was
You guys like it?
Yeah. Well, you did the thing.
Okay.
Wait till you see the TV show. Man, I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited.
Guys, help yourself in the fridge. There's a salad hydrate, there's bowl, water, anything you want. Help yourself, please. Water, anything.
So you want to share or you want
That's good? Good, man? Like the interview? Awesome. I can't wait. We're gonna be, the interview's coming. It's gonna be great. Can we get background, Arch? We got DJs. Can we get some music, Jay? You want some, bro?
Yes, I love
Hey,
water.
Zell, just sing in the meantime.
Yes. Where's your night?
Sing in the meantime.
Step up there, boss man.
You too, dog. You too.
Acapella style.
I don't know if we plugged in because we're supposed to. Unless you want to just quickly go straight into it.
Alright, sinister. We're gonna do a mic check once everybody gets places. Now you know I'm slow. What the hell were you trying to tell me over there?
Oh, I was just making up random shit.
Yeah, I figured. I see.
I was patting my head, rubbing my belly.
Listen, I don't know. Being Donkey Kong over there.
Only my favorite one was tapping the bottom of my shoe.
Oh, okay.
You know what phone on the table?
My phone.
Oh, put it somewhere else. Phone on the table.
Oh, that's
it's right here. Oh, it's right back to the camera.
Ooh. Might see what I did with my. His iTunes place.
No, this is actually.
Oh, you just noticed him.
Oh, you did hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you do it. You're around some. Yeah, we make it. You had that one. This how I learned it too. Because learning what I'm learning now, things like that. Yeah. Like you can say certain shit so you can agree with anything, but it's like emphasis and it's also the vibe between the beat. It's got the beat got to just like stuff to go that's almost like what I'm saying. Because it's like if the beat I hit it earlier, it's talking about right. It's not gonna resonate. But as you can see with Ken Carson, you see how he can say some simple right ways. But because of his beat and because of the way he's saying it, it sounds like he rides the beat. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's how it was with GT first. Love Sosa. Yeah, first came out. Yeah. I like you to keep that first. I heard the beats of Love Sosa. Yeah, oh my gosh. And the little clip at the beginning where dude like just going off about GP, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I can't even lie, bro. That's kind of hard to like introducing the beat like that. Can't say like no, bro. Like I
Extra charger down there. Nope.
Over here.
If I put it like right here.
You can move that as much as it moves.
Okay. That's perfect.
Yeah, okay. It's a church of Manson called City Life. They all whole crew is rappers. All the pastors is rappers. And they got a studio in the church. You go on and record some stuff over there. Well, I got some. You got a real like that. Yeah, anytime. You can stay with us if you want anytime. Okay, exactly. He was like, it was like every day, but whoever was like in charge of it.
Alright.
Check it out.
I mean,
You still live?
I ain't gonna lie, but I kind of like.
I'm trying to go live. Sinister Music Group, SMG, System Music Group, LLC.
Big one, not the little one.
What he said.
I meant to say the little one, not the big one.
Ain't no little one over here.
Come on in, family. Come on in.
Setting back up. It's gonna be a real one. You know, we got some
Here at
cold
Urban
people
Grind
in the building,
TV.
man. We got legends. Man,
About to go
legends
live
have
here
been
doing this podcast.
through here.
First we're doing Urban Grind Radio, and then we're going to do OGs of hip hop. So I got 2 seconds to do. And we got a performance with my sample pack artist. But everybody come on in. Everybody come on in.
No, I never had. It was on the table.
So y'all can see live. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Got behind the scenes. Happening.
It's real, man. Shout out to our goal, man. Next charge, fuel of grind, man. Feel me?
Alright, you're gonna be in that show.
Alright.
Big things coming up.
Turn around real quick.
The talk about artist himself is on the way.
Send us to your mic.
Is it on? Yeah, it is.
It's not muted.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Oh, no, I ain't checking. I'll make sure my mic is on.
These were one papers. What yours is?
What's that your mic?
What yours is that? You. Yeah, but these mine, because I had mine in my hand like this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No,
Hell, and you know yours don't overlook in this crisp. I took the staple out of mine all neatly so I can be right here presentable.
Yeah, this is it.
Just change. Alright, we're right here. I've been reading ahead.
So who's one and two?
You know what I'm saying? Of course, the talk a lot artists. You might going in and out. Come. What I got? Man, London. 12 stations, man. So last year.
We get a new one out for the recall?
Digital.
A new stream? Randy?
You're gonna keep the same stream.
I mean, hopefully you're gonna be on the side again.
No, we didn't never stop.
Oh, it's still rolling. Okay.
Yeah, we roll the whole time. That's part of the whole fun. Hey, everybody.
What up, Randy?
Hey, we gotta catch up.
Yes,
we have to catch up. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you too, man.
I think do you still have the same number?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll reach out.
You still got the same number?
I do.
Okay.
So we're both at each other's phones.
How's David been?
He's doing great. I gotta catch him. Don't get off track for this interview here.
Okay. All right.
We'll catch up. We should all three get together, really.
Yeah, we should actually.
Want to go out and eat somewhere?
We should. I was supposed to mix something for him a couple of years back, but I think I was back and forth.
He lives in Gurnee now.
Okay.
But he comes downtown every once in a while.
Yeah. I live in Rockford now. So.
You live in okay.
Yeah. So because my studio is downtown at Fort Knox.
Oh, I'm at Fort Knox.
You're at Fort Knox?
Yeah.
2112?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was in production at IMC. Oh yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I was there since 2019 all the way up to last June. I just shut down the studio. But
I see.
Yeah.
I've got a studio there myself.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not much of a production right now. I'm like rebuilding it back up to where I want it to be. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
SMG, you got some dope follow our social media.
For real. Get John. Get John. It all would never happen without John.
Meticulous John.
AKA the fake moon king.
You pay for that, huh?
Yep.
You wanna
Is both ass and both water you drink.
Alright, go ahead and give me a few things.
Yo. Ready to lock in.
Mic check two. Black DJ Roger Banks checking in through the Urban Grind TV. Check 1 2 mic check. Urban Grind.
You want the
We're the longest running radio show.
Ain't it though? Midwest, hey.
Midwest shots,
Hey,
stand up,
hey.
baby, stand up.
Hey, 16 years. And going strong.
All the way from Phoenix to London, baby.
Boy, that's a...
Intercoastal.
Man, it's international. International.
One pound to the next.
You good? You good?
We good, Art? Arch, we good on that audio?
The remote right there.
Take that and touch it to the right there, John.
The remote right
Behind the scenes right now, without Zello, Sinister, Rico Lumpkins. About to get it cracking. Urban Grind Radio. You know what we do, man.
Right.
Cracking, John Daniel, behind the scenes, breaking shit.
Always done.
Shout out to breaking
I'm
shit.
meticulous job.
It's live, but let's see.
Meticulous job.
You may not be anymore.
I may not be anymore.
But I caught it before it hit the floor, so.
Let's hit the rewind button.
Behind the scenes.
Let's reset it.
TV underscore Zello for that ID, bro.
That's what behind the scenes is all about.
Sorry about that.
Behind the scenes.
Sinister Music Group. That's S.
Oh, you know what?
Still live? All right.
Music
Yeah, we still live.
Group.
Sorry about that, guys.
All social gonna be right there.
You know what? I can do.
Here, let me move that. You're backwards and be single frame, right?
What do you do? Add followers or add everybody when you go stream live? Or highlight?
I like it the best.
Highlight it the best.
Yeah, everything's good. Okay.
Okay. What up, Pray? I see you, Pray 7, Grand Rising, homie. Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
All right.
Feature production and see that big ass meat over there. It's gonna go down.
You're good where you're at.
Alright, Sinister, go ahead. Come on, man.
Yo, this your boy Sinister the Entertainer, aka Mr. Sinister Music, man. We are back. We are going in. We are going live, man. Anything win it, send it to get it, man. Please, let's get in tune. Urban Grind.
Good job, Sinister. The little one, not the big one.
I don't
send it to get
I mean,
that's that professional.
Alright, Rico, let me get you one more time.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Roger Bangs, checking in with Urban Grind TV, representing Shy City.
Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
I'm good, Art.
You good, bro. Alright, so we all good? We all good, everybody?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm switching battery.
Get them audio.
Get them two on.
Live streams rolling, Randy?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we going in.
You just leave it rolling anyway.
SMG. That's your boy Lockard Bangs, aka Rico Lumpkins in the building tonight, man. We finna get it in, man, bro. We got legendary presence in the building tonight, man. Hell,
That's what dude.
and it's still a new
It's too important, man. We're already set.
Urban
All right.
Studio. You know what I'm saying? We still a baby in the we the baby in the game. You feel?
Bringing some experience.
I'm a baby in the game. I'm still crawling.
It's good to be a baby. I mean, you still moldable, you still learn, you can still adapt and change to accomplish goals that you want to do.
Still put that Shot City on your back, bro.
Hey.
Especially with that talent, bro.
Oh, no, appreciate it.
Hey, I just heard somebody sound like you probably got next up. That's what I heard through the grapevine, my boy. I don't know. I'm here. the record label,
Sometimes you just
gotta take the throne, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta accept. Sometimes you gotta accept being the king. I can't. Sometimes you just gotta accept being the king. You know, you want to do it for you.
What do LeBron do?
You ain't doing it for you, man. You doing it for your culture, bro.
She was like the John Morant of the game.
You feel?
You know what I'm saying? Goddamn.
Just every time you go, just try to make him, just try to embarrass him.
All right, cameras are ready.
That's John Morant.
Video ready. Okay,
Man.
audio ready.
Can I get an announcement?
Make you want to quit the league. Some of you can catch one.
All right, y'all. All cell phone silence. We're gonna clap it in as we're coming in, and yeah, that's it. All right, and we'll begin in 3, 2, 1.
Y'all already know what it is. Welcome back to Urban Grind Radio, the only internationally syndicated hip-hop show from Phoenix to London. I'm your host, Top Boy Zello, man, a.k.a. SMG Zello, the Talk A Lot artist, man.
Man, it's your boy Sinister the Entertainer, a.k.a. Mr. Sinister Music Room, man. And we're back. Today we're joined by a true legend in the game. Grammy-nominated, multi-platinum producer, Raja Banks, everybody, a.k.a. Rico Lumpkins.
What up? How you feeling today, bro?
Man, shoot, blessed and truly blessed. I mean, based on just how life, takes us in different directions. Man, I can just say that I'm just glad to be breathing and have the wits and the air in my lungs, bro. It's blessed.
Man, I most definitely can feel that. Air in your lungs is very important.
Oh, yeah.
It is very important, man. So,
Absolutely.
So from TLC to Coco Melon Scores, you done it all.
Yeah.
Come on. Welcome everybody again, Rico Lumpkin, man.
Come on. It's a blessing how you sitting with us, man. Like, what sparked your passion for production?
Well, so take it back to like the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell my age here, but I started playing in the church, playing drums. My dad was a pastor, a preacher, so coming from Rockford, Illinois, we were in a band, and so we played music like Prince, The Time, like the whole Minneapolis sound. So we was that kind of band, pop funk band, and I played drums and percussions there. But I always played drums in my dad's church, and so what we did is we had a crew in Rockford to where we started our own like project studio back in the 80s because we had the equipment. So I was always that geek, that tech guy, and so I helped put the equipment together. Like back then it was MIDI stuff. It was a whole bunch of like, cables we had to connect for everything. Like it's not just a laptop nowadays, but we physically had to connect gear. And so seeing how my boy was producing, rest in peace, he just passed away, but Willie Crawford, that was my guy, but he actually taught me how to produce because we had samplers back then, we had MPCs back then, and so being at the project studio late nights is just, I would always watch him do what he did, and then I would actually, jump in. And so that sparked my passion until I went down to Atlanta. Well, not until, it continued from when I went down to Atlanta. So.
For sure.
Yes,
That's crazy. That's a crazy way to start the way you doing it, man.
Yeah, man.
It is, man, and it's crazy because you involved in hits like TLC Waterfalls, but then you could go to something like Coco Melon Strings, man. How do you shift your creative mindset between those two things?
Okay, so again, when I was younger, I was a musician, so we learned music, right? It wasn't just dropping loops and samples and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you had to learn.
Oh yeah,
you had to read music.
Yeah. So my brother's a keyboard player. Shout out to my brother Jerry Lumpkin. So he's a keyboard player, and I would sit behind him at church and learn the chords. And so then we had some of the baddest musicians around. I mean, Midwest, Chicago has some of the baddest musicians. Because if you actually follow, a lot of the tours and stuff, a lot of the musicians are from Chicago. Because just being in church and learning. Yeah. So that was my background. I actually had to learn music, all right, and drum scores and that kind of thing. So when it comes to music and creating, that's kind of my mindset. I come from that world, so you know, case in point, whenever I sit down to create a beat or track, the first thing I do is I play Stevie Wonder, "Ribbon in the Sky," because that's one of my favorite songs. But I know how to play that on the keyboard, right?
Freshen yourself up.
Yeah, that gets me in vibe. You know what I'm saying? In vibe mode. So.
It's like a little icebreaker to that.
It is, but see, it's like channeling too, because what happens is once you create or once you like playing, it's like all this other just energies come, and then that helps me just, you know what I mean, formulate my track. But in terms of being, so my point I'm trying to make is it's all about being versatile and not just pigeonholed or stuck in one genre. So I can do pop, I can do gospel, I can do hip hop, I can do rock, I can do dance. You know what I mean? Like, that's the world that I come from. So when you say Coco Melon, I can go in the studio and I can do straight R&B, I can do pop, I can do trap, I can do dubstep, whatever. Just wherever, you know what I mean? I got to put my mindset there first. Then I channel it, and then so Coco Melon was really, it's kids music, right? Mm-hmm. But they're like, I mean, me personally, I got like over like 3.85 billion streams on. So I mean, people may laugh at that, but to my credit, you know what I mean? Like, that's a blessing for me.
It is.
Yeah. So
can't knock it. You learned to connect equipment.
Yes, sir.
Read music notes.
Yes, sir.
And also still produce beats at the same time.
Yeah.
This is amazing work. Yeah. That's crazy. That's on a different level.
And you'll see later that I'm gonna be DJing, because like, for me, it's all about just inspiration and about staying connected to the music. And so when I get tired of one thing, or I get burnt out, I'm not gonna say tired, but I get burnt out.
For sure.
Then I need to be a fan again of music, because we're like surgeons, you know what I'm saying? Doctors, when we in there creating music. So we always just, everything's under a microscope as a producer, as an engineer. And sometimes, like, I gotta kind of, you know, shift gears or shift lanes, and so that's why I do DJing, because it puts me in that mindset of being a fan again. I see how music makes the crowd react.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's your process for choosing samples versus arranging original tracks or original music?
What's my process?
Yeah.
Again, I sit down and I just play the keyboard first.
Ribbon in the Sky?
Yes, sir. I'll just play that first. And then, okay, well, the mindset is actually twofold. Meaning that if I'm working on a project, let's say T.I. hits me up, it's like, Rick, I need a track. Then I put my mindset in T.I.'s mind. Sure. You know what I'm saying? In his world. Yeah. But then I know he's going to want something a little bit different. So then I'll inject what I put into there. You know what I mean? So that's my mindset from one perspective. The other one is if I'm just, I don't know, just creating from scratch, no specific artist, and I'm just creating my own tracks. It's a different mindset. Now I'm not pressured. Even though I work well under pressure, like that's where all my records came and got placed. Is because it's funny because all the albums that ever placed my production, I was the last one on the album, and most of them are number 7. So if you do the research on it, like on the TLC stuff, that was number 7. You know, if they knew. On the Sammy stuff, that was number 7. On, you know, any project I've been on, I think of the Millions More Movement with Farrakhan as well. 7. Prince is on the album too, by the way. But yeah, so it's
my great aunt love her some Prince.
yeah. Prince and Michael Jackson are my favorite. So that's kind of where you see musically I come from.
So it sounds like every time you need to do something, you just basically go back to like your musical roots.
Yeah, when I'm really producing a record or creating a record, yeah, I always have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what it is, but you know, it's like so Stevie was one of our legends, one of our greatest, right? So why not play the same chords that he plays to see where he was at? You know what I'm saying? So that kind of puts me in a whole different trajectory of creativity.
So how do you choose what records you're going to work on at the time? Like, say for instance, you got like 100 submissions.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be your top pick to do a project? What does it mean, and what is it going to mean to you?
So let's take it back to the major labels from back in the day to how my process is now. And back in the day, I was signed to a production company called Dark Studios, or Dark. It was Dark Dallas Austin's recording projects, and he had producers signed to him, and he had a deal through LaFace/Arista Records back then, and then he went to Free World Capital. So a lot of times, I did a co-publishing deal with him and a co-production deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
So they have vested interest, right? Meaning that whatever they get placed, they get a percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So they would shop my stuff. All I would do was just be in the studio creating. Just, you know what I mean? I literally lived at the studio. I had a room in the studio. So I barely went home, and I remember Master P saying, "You sleep when you die." So that was like, I was working off of 4 hours of sleep back then.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nothing but creating. And we had a team of producers and songwriters, so we would create together, put those things on either CD or DAT back then, wow. And then they would shop it. So that took that out the equation for me. Now fast forward to today, I don't really work like that.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of fast forwarding to today, how did you like be able to like keep the 90s culture to influence with today's music and stay with it?
That's a great question. All I can say about that is music is cyclical. The music business. And I think what happens is, like, if you even think back to like the 70s, so the 80s took the stuff from the 70s. 90s took some stuff from the 80s, right? This generation in 2025, 2024, after COVID, they took from the golden era, which is the 90s. They recycled that. Now, I think the key is doing great music, bottom line. And I preach that quite a bit to the new generation. Like, you got to do great music.
Well, definitely. So we gonna let you, man. It's been too much gems dropping right now. So we gonna let you get back into that.
Yeah.
And we gotta get to you with the break brought to you by Volt Energy Drink. Ignite the charge and fuel the grind. It's Stop Boy Zello, Sinister, RB. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Now let me reset the cameras and then we'll go right back into it.
Back from the top.
No, just picking it up.
Oh, okay.
Just break, commercial break, so we get everything running. Good, very good stuff. All right, camera's good.
Audio is rolling. Quiet on set. We clapping it back in, and we'll begin in 3, 2, 1.
We are back. Thought Boy Zello, aka SMG Zello, the Talk A Lot artist, and my co-host.
It's the sinister entertainer, the big CEO, not the little one.
We definitely got a legend with us, RB, like as I like to call him, Roger James.
That's dope. I love that, bro.
What advice do you always share with up and coming artists?
I get this asked all the time. So, not only am I still running my production company and my engineering company, my DJ company, but I've been in education for like 20 years. So I always believed, like, to learn, to teach, to love, to recreate. That's my philosophy of life. So I give back to the next generation. So right now I'm working with, can we say the name of the school?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now I'm working with LA Film School, but I've worked with Full Sail University as well as SAE. And I was department chair, and I always give back to the students. What I say to the next generation, because they're upcoming artists too, is you have to be true to, first and foremost, your music, know your identity, know your market, your fan base, and build build organically. You know, like don't force it. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be good. Like your stuff is good, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, we had to talk.
No. I'm saying like no. Thought boy, like so. Wally had played me your stuff before, and because I hear so much, we all hear so much. Like we consume so much. Like everything's in 15-second reels nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't catch that artist within that amount of time, you kind of done, right?
Yeah.
Or if you don't catch your fan base in an amount of time, you're done. But when he played your stuff, bro, I was stuck. Like, run that back. You know what I'm saying? Run that video back. Run that next video. Like, because I'm listening to your melody, and I'm listening to. So for everybody that's tuned in, you gotta check out Thought Boy Zello because his stuff here is melodic, the production is good, and the melodies is good,
Man,
and the lyrics is fire. So I'm saying that to tell the next artist, like, look, take your time with your music, don't rush it, you know what I mean? Put it out when you're ready to put it out, not because you've been forced to put it out. Because what happens is, as soon as it's out there, you can't take it back. It's out there. It's in the universe.
It's on the internet.
It's cosmos. So it's got to be ready. You know, so take your time, get your graphics right, you know what I'm saying, your visuals right. Make sure you're right with the right, like, if you're doing videos, like, sure, you could do like content, you know, those are typically not so great, but like your actual videos, those have to be solid.
They gotta be phenomenal.
Yeah, get the right cameraman.
Okay,
man.
we
It's a
most
blessing to have him to tune in to be able to hear what I got and be able to,
bro.
Man, that's on the next level.
We most definitely got the right camera crew, man. UrbanGrind Media.
Oh,
you feel me?
It's really good, bro.
But so you scored TV, film, children's content.
Mm-hmm.
What field you taking over next?
I don't know if I'm looking to take over, bro. I mean, I'm in a different space right now.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to what, you know, today, how I work today, right? Like, I don't really sit down at the computer or the I use Ableton and FL Studio. Like, I don't sit down and create unless I'm inspired to create, because I feel like that's my best music, because it's like I'm not forced to do or fit inside of a box. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have to sit and do a trap record right now, I can do it. I can almost do it with my eyes closed. And I ain't trying to be pompous or anything like that.
No, but this is what you do.
That's what you do.
I learned that too for a minute. Like, I had to learn like that I'm worth what I'm putting out. So I had to definitely step foot forward and show like, this is what I got to offer. So you gonna love it or hate it, bro.
Right.
So definitely you definitely show what you can do.
Yeah. So to answer your question in terms of you know, what I plan on taking over, like my concentration is not just in music anymore, music business, right? Like, I'm into real estate, you know what I mean? I'm into enlightenment to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, when we go to the next life, like, I'm good there. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm building in different lanes, different arenas.
In my opinion, it sounds to me like you just being an artist, bro. That's like all to me. All what you just described. It sounds like you just being an artist, and to be an artist and not have to worry about certain things, man. That's like living in fuego.
Well, the thing is, it's funny you should say that, because remember I was telling you guys I wanted to be a fan again of music, because I just have an overload. So when I critique my student stuff, I get like 180 tracks a week. Listen to what I just said. I gotta critique 180 tracks a week. Not the fact that I have to go to some seminars, right? And people are always, yo, I'm gonna shoot you some tracks, this, that, and boom, 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 boom. People online, Rico, check out my track. Then I still mix other people's stuff and produce other people's stuff, so then I'm listening to that. So it's an overload for me. So I gotta be inspired, bro. Like, cause everything sounds the same. Like, it's funny. I don't even listen to the radio that often, cause everything just sounds so noisy to me. versus the analog. I don't know if you guys remember the analog terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
Where everything was being transmitted
over
the airwaves.
Yeah,
It's analog.
I'm up there. I used to go to store buy like mixtape cassettes actually.
Yes. Because it's a different feel, and those frequencies hit you differently. I'm all about the digital world because it's just instantaneous, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like it's just noise to me. Like sometimes it hurts my ears. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay,
creativity
wise.
Me,
Me, I'm like my favorite is Lil Wayne, and my other favorite on the female side is like Rihanna. Them the two that I need a collab from when I get up there. I need a collab from Rihanna, and I need a collab from Wayne. Who would you like? What is your dream collab like?
It can't happen anymore.
Boy.
That's one of those. See, that's why I didn't say
one
of mine because one of mine can't happen no more either. Like,
I mean,
yeah, but I definitely.
Well, see, I'm from the older school, so what collab would I do from the old school? What collab what I do from the new school?
Oh yeah, you are going to whichever
So,
one you
can we
choose.
do that?
If you want to, you can do decades. If you want to.
So my dream collab would be with Michael Jackson,
of course,
and Prince.
Of course.
That would be my dream collab. Now, when I said that I worked on,
ain't that a million people?
Yeah,
but
that's love though for sure. Right there.
But
That's crazy.
and it's funny. I was going to say Lauryn Hill, but I worked with Lauryn Hill back in the day. So I used to engineer for her down in Miami. But so Michael Jackson and Prince were my favorite artists in this generation. It would be like, I mean, what genre are we talking though?
I'm gonna go hip hop. That's what made me.
Okay, hip hop. But see,
hip hop still.
I was about to say my hip hop would be like collabing with Method Man, because he's like Method Man, Red Man.
Sure.
I would want to do Biggie, but you know what I'm saying? Pause. I would want to collab with Biggie. Yeah, you gotta edit that one out. We got a clip. There's a Bible clip for you, but I would want to collab with Biggie from back in the day. See, I work with Outkast. I work with Goody Mob. I work with Mobb Deep. Eric Sermon, EPMD. Work with Slick Rick. I work with George Clinton. I work with a lot of people.
With a lot of big names. So what's some projects we can expect coming?
Right now, I'm focusing on my Roger Banks at Sample Pack, and we're gonna be performing a little bit of that a little bit later.
He got the big speaker here. It's gonna be lit. Hey, it's finna be lit, man. Y'all, hey, y'all.
And then that's volume 1. So then we're gonna be concentrating on volume 2 here in the next couple months.
Okay. So,
Taj Mahal, I actually did a single for her called Tequila Blue, just recently. That's out on all platforms. But yeah, and it just I've been collabing with a lot of independent artists here in Chicago. So Terra Firma Equations with Prey 7 and Mr. and I don't want to shout everybody out because I know this Chicago, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of different factions.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Unfortunately, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of. Let's take it back a little bit. So let's take it back and bring it back up a little bit, right? So over the years, you had a lot. You had a bag, right? You put a lot of tools in it, man. So what production tool changed your approach to music the most? or which one affected it the most?
You talking back in the day or now? Or both?
Can we do both?
Okay. So going back to so I come from the MPC 60 era. So we had sampler, you know what I mean? It's a big machine that, you know, all the samples you drop in from Splice and all these other sites, like you only had like maybe 2 seconds a pad or something like that. So you had to be real creative with that. And then we had the ASR 10, that was the other sampler that I used. And then I love my rolling keyboards. So we used to have to MIDI all that up, and then we had outboard gear, like different tone modules, right? The 1080, the 2080, the 5080s. That's through Roland. But nowadays, I use Ableton. It depends on the genre that I'm creating. Mm-hmm. So Ableton Live is my go-to DAW on my MacBook Pro, and then like if I'm doing some trap music or some just like hard-hitting music, it's gonna be in FL Studio. And then I'll use like arcade output, sometimes Splice, but let's talk about AI real quick, because a lot of producers out there and creatives, they're using these different sites, right? And they basically are creating. It's still creativity, but they're like inputting their what's it called? The text. I mean, the prompts.
The prompts, yeah.
And the prompts are creating the music for them. So there's a big thing with the majors right now where they're trying to sue a lot of these companies that are, because what it does is emulate what's already out there. So, and I've tried it just to see, and to me it's dope. Like Timberland says, it is dope, and he's putting out an AI artist, right? I subscribe to that, but like I don't know, because I'm a musician, it doesn't feel right to me. Yeah, because it don't feel like, even though I prompted it and it's my prompt, but it's just like, dang, I don't know about that, bro. Either I'll re-sample it or I'll recreate it myself. So those are the tools that are at our fingertips now.
So it sounds like you'd rather have a hand-on.
I gotta be.
A hand-on approach to it.
I gotta be.
You're a musician, so.
So know the AI, anti-AI.
I'm not anti-AI. I'm just saying. Listen.
It's another tool. It's just
a tool.
I think it's more. It's a preference between who gonna use it and their views on.
Not in that level of lane, right? So not in that lane, right?
What do you mean in that lane?
Basically, not in the production lane of that area, right?
Again, I'm not anti-AI. I'm just saying that for me personally, as a creative, use it as a sample. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sampling been around for years. It's the crux of hip hop, right? And so we as creatives or producers we'll bring in a sample and we'll filter it, we'll chop it, we'll reverse it, you know what I mean? Like, we'll create it and make it ours. I think that's the way that AI should be used as well. But that's just my philosophy.
For sure, man. Tell them where they can get more gems from you at, and where they can find you at and lock in with you, because this is just so much to just throw out there for free.
Hey, the game.
I appreciate that, bro. But my social media handles is at Roger Bangs, RAJABANGZ. Or believe it or not, I still check my Facebook at RicoLumpkins.com. I mean at Rico Lumpkins, and it's 2 C's, RICCO. So people ask where Roger Bangs come from. I used to be known as Speaker Bangers for a little bit. And there was a guy that came, I think he was out of Charlotte, I think he did the Roddy Ricch stuff, and he was blowing up under the name Speaker Bangers. So people would hear me be like, yo, Rick, did you do this? That Roddy Ricch, blah, 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 you did this? I'm like, nah, I ain't. I was like, unless he got one of my tracks from BeatStars or something. But so I shortened my legal name, which is Ricciano James. That's my first and middle name. And you take Ricciano, the R-A from Ricciano, and J-A from James, and I just put them together, Roger Bangs. So Speaker Bangers, I took that Bangs and so I'm gonna trademark that here pretty soon. I might need to get with Wally to help me out.
Right here, Urban Grind.
Urban Grind, one-stop shop, baby.
Hey, y'all know what it is, man. So, Rico Lumpkins, man, thanks for sharing your journey and insights today, man. You dropped some real gems, man. I can't wait for
OGs.
The OGs, not the OGs, just the OGs. But I can't wait for the little mixing going on, man. It's finna be lit once again.
Stay tuned, man. For sure. Y'all already know. Thanks for listening. Follow us at UrbanGrindRadio.com on all social medias. Urban Grind Radio. This is Urban Grind Radio.
Ignite the charge and fuel the grind with Volt Energy Drink, man. Peace.
Anytime, that's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Alright, background music, we're gonna clear the stage, or we're gonna set up the stage right now.
We doing OGs first?
Wow. No, no, because you're gonna close it. You got the biggest.
Oh, okay.
He is mic'd.
You wanna he's mic'd, then we'll do OGs first. Yeah.
Might as well.
Okay. Yeah, we do OGs
Yeah,
first.
that way we don't have to put that back.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Until the end of the night.
Anybody, whoever done hosting, please send TV. I just want to get y'all mic, that's it. Y'all can go play after.
Go play afterward is insane.